So, are you guys ready for our last talk?
Yes.
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 All right, thank you for that feedback. Okay, before we start, okay, let's share how are you guys feeling right now after having your lunch, and we are expecting our final talk and our final team building after this. Share your emotion, either unmute and speak, or you can share it in the box, chat box. Okay, I see 2, 5, 1, 5.
One. No one.
1. All right, great. A lot of people are feeling good. A lot of people are feeling number 1 and number 5. I can see you are excited. Those who are feeling number 2, please explain what those means. Okay. Great, great. I see a lot of number 1, number 5, and number 2. Thankfully, no one feels number 4 or number 3. Oh no, someone feels number 3. Hope you can feel better after this. Right. Without waiting more, let's see who is our next speaker. Our next speaker is Mr. Ahmad Laila. He has 28 years working experience with Petronas, a global Fortune 500 energy company. Ahmad Laila started his career as a geologist, and gradually his career started to progress into business strategic role and eventually into HR professional role. He rose to the top 2% of the top talent succession pool in the company, and his last role was the Senior General Manager of Human Capital Expertise. Um, he is already in the session, so I'll pass the floor to him. Welcome, Mr. Ahmad Laila.
Okay, thank you. Was it Mazrina, the MC?
Yes.
Okay, hi, nice meeting you. Assalamualaikum, everyone. I tengok the respon tadi banyak 1, 2, tapi curious juga 2 tu apa, and then nombor 6 tu kan macam-macam. But however it is, I know you guys are still excited and have the energy. Semua dah, I hope you guys also sempat have lunch. Yeah, ada break tadi ya?
Ada.
Is it? Ada. Okay, that's good. Okay, let me try to pull up my presentation material first. Okay, jangan. Can you guys see the presentation material?
Yes.
Yes.
And can you see the handsome bald guy there? Boleh nampak?
Yes.
All right, thank you. So I consider this all of you macam apa ni in the mostly in form 4, form 5 I was told, and also come from across the country from the schools, and some are also from SBP, I was told. So today it's going to be a very apa ni interesting session that I call it as a mentoring or coaching session with all of you lah. And we want to talk about communication and also a negotiation. Okay? So before we start, I think this is roughly how we're going to manage our time today. We started slightly early. It's okay. That's good. And at least we will have more time for the Q&A if you guys have questions later on. Mesti ada soalan kan? Tengok I punya biodata kerja Petronas ni mesti ramai juga yang nak apa ni, nak masuk UTP ke nak kerja dengan Petronas in the future ya. Alright. And then we will spend around 45 minutes we will talk about the topic of today, communication and negotiation, and why is it important kan? All of you are the future leaders, and I believe within 1 or 2 years, and then you're going to go to college. After you finish your degree, you will continue studies ataupun you will going into the market, the career market. And then that's where your leadership skills is very useful and important for you to continue to be successful in your career. I think that's why the session today is also very important for all of you. So we try to have about 15 to 20 minutes for Q&A later, inshallah, yeah. Just a little bit about my background. I just would like to introduce apa lah speaker hari ini, apa background dia kan. Macam mana he went through his life after working 30 years with Petronas. Yeah. I started my school years. It's very interesting. My father wanted me to become a businessman. So he said that maybe if I send L ni pergi sekolah Cina, would be good that he will pick up the language and one day he will become a businessman. I pick up the language, but unfortunately, I'm not a businessman lah. My career path took a different way. Yeah, so I spent a good 10 years, my schooling years, early years in the Chinese school. Those are the old pictures, and after that in 94 I joined the sekolah asrama penuh sekolah sains Machang in Kelantan. I'm not sure whether any of the SMATCH alumni or students are in this program. Ada ke? Tak sure. Ada? Tak ada. Tak ada jemput dah. SMATCH. Okay. Alright. And then after that, after I finish my SPM, even my SPM result tak keluar lagi. I was selected by Petronas, was offered scholarship to do my degree in the US. I did my Bachelor Science in Geology. I started off. And that is one of the things that Petronas, because he wanted to have more engineers and more technical graduates. So in order for me to go to the States, masa tu zaman-zaman Michael Jackson tengah hot. Yeah? So I pun memang nak pergi sebab kalau boleh nak jumpa Michael Jackson dekat US. That's why I decided to ambil program geology and I studied in the in the US. And my education continue. It doesn't stop with the degree. And then in 2007, probably masa ni you all baru setahun, 2 tahun or more, most of you maybe. I did my Masters in Business Administration dekat University Technology. And then just 2 years ago, I completed my Masters in Applied Psychology in Coaching. So that's basically my education background, and the reason I took those like in masters and also in psychology is that will help me in my career. Okay, so my career journey in Petronas also is very illustrious. I started as a geologist for the good 10 years. So I pergi ke planta minyak offshore, tolong Petronas cari minyak, kadang jumpa minyak, kadang tak jumpa minyak, kadang jumpa air je ya. So but I've traveled all around the world, and kalau you tengok dekat planta tu ada helicopter. So that is like the mode of transportation that you will reach the oil field dekat in the middle of the ocean or in the middle of nowhere. And then I progress in my career. I dapat opportunity to work in Sudan, Khartoum in 2001, long time ago. I was working there for 3 years, and then I balik dekat corporate. And then bila I balik ke corporate, my career take a change. I started to doing a lot of dealing with people, in dealing with human resource, human capital, because Petronas masa tu dia tengah berkembang dan dia start buat bisnes dia dekat Vietnam, dekat Canada, dekat US. So masa tu it's very interesting time. So I dapat berpeluang pergi merata-rata tempat and set up businesses, offices dekat London lah, dekat Europe, dekat South America. So those are the experience that I gain a lot in Petronas. So my last position was the human capital expertise in Petronas. I think the most important thing that I would like to share with all of you about my career journey is that sometimes you think you want to be something, or you think you want to be an accountant, you think you want to be an engineer, but if you work in the big global corporation, big company, the opportunity are boundless, ya. Sebab big company dia banyak anak-anak syarikat dia banyak operation dia all around the world. So degree ni it's just a matter of to test you whether you can really have that capacity to study and to learn a skill, kan? Bila you dah masuk organisation, sometimes you will see people that tiba-tiba jadi daripada engineer jadi CEO or jadi entrepreneur ataupun jadi accountant. Accountant pun kadang tukar career dia. So degree is important. Of course, you need to have a basic skill, but it does not determine your future, kan? The most important is that you have that resourcefulness. You want to learn, always look out for opportunity, and one of the key skill, competency for you to become successful in your career, like I put in my slide, is that communication skill. So that is very important for you in order for you to excel in the career, among other skill that I put there. Yeah. So those are a little bit about myself. It's about a span of 28 years. I've learned a lot as a person, and I have also recently decided to take a long break, and I would like to fill up my time now. It's like to give back and to share to share my experience, and that's why I reach out to Nals, and then that's why I'm here today to share my speaking point on the communication negotiation with all of you. All right. So that's a little bit about myself. So let's talk about all of you, your leadership journey moving forward. Kan? You all sekarang form 5. If I were to ask you now, probably you can put in the chat, whether you see yourself nanti bila you kerja lepas you habis universiti, kan, dapat masuk universiti, you nak jadi apa? Manager, M. You nak jadi senior manager, SM. You nak jadi general manager, ketua jabatan, GM, ataupun you nak jadi CEO. Cuba you type dekat chat tu. I nak tengok apa you punya cita-cita you. CFO, HR je lah. CEO, of course CEO. Okay. Alright. Jadi chef, bagus. Tapi you bagi chef, you run your own restaurant, kan? So you are the CEO of that restaurant. Chairman, general manager lah. General manager pun bukan senang, ya. You jadi ketua jabatan. Jabatan you ada 200 orang, 300 orang, so besar. Okay, bagus. Saya sangat rasa macam excited because all of you are very driven. Semua cita-cita tinggi. Betul tak? So in order for you to achieve that cita-cita tinggi, kita kena mahir salah satu skill untuk menjadi leader ni. Sebab apa pula my ni tak boleh. Okay, alright. So saya nak terangkan sebagai saya pun seorang HR professional, untuk menjadi seorang leader yang wholesome, yang menyeluruh. Betul Betul, hopefully my translation tu betul. Dia ada dua area in order for you to be a good leader. Satu ialah leadership, you punya behavior punya skill. Satu lagi lah technical functional skill. Contohnya, you kalau di-train sebagai seorang accountant, you mesti mahir bahagian accountant. Betul tak? That is your technical functional competency yang nombor 2 dekat bawah ni. Tapi sebagai leader, you kena mahir dalam you punya skill sebagai accountant, tapi you kena mahir you punya skill sebagai seorang pemimpin. So dia ada dua. Ya. Sebab tu you akan tengok ada orang walaupun dia mahir dalam bidang dia, tapi dia tak boleh nak menjadi pemimpin ataupun dia tak boleh nak jadi manager. Sebab apa? Mungkin ada kekurangan daripada segi-segi kualiti untuk dia menjadi seorang pemimpin untuk bahagian dia ke, untuk department ke. So that's what it is. Kalau dalam big organisation, dia akan assess you dua benda. Okay, you masuk ni sebagai mechanical engineer, you masuk as an electrical engineer, you masuk as an accountant, you masuk as a biochemist. Lepas tu dah pandai dah jadi engineer chemist, boleh tak dia ni memimpin department dia? Boleh tak dia dalam department dia ada 10 orang bawah dia, dia boleh tak memimpin dan bekerja dengan 10 orang anak buah dia yang akan report dekat dia. So those are the kind of thing. So for all of you, sebelum masuk universiti, belajar pandai-pandai, jadi whatever that you choose you want to do in the college, bila masuk dekat kerja nanti, jadilah seorang yang begitu mahir dengan pekerjaan anda, functional skill you cakap tadi, you jadi accountant ke, engineer ke, mechanical, electrical ke, doktor ke, whatever. Tapi at the same time, you kena asah bakat you untuk menjadi pemimpin. Barulah you boleh makin lama makin progress in the company that you are working for. Ataupun kalau you bercita-cita untuk buka you punya company, entrepreneur, kan? You mestilah memimpin. Orang akan tengok you, you CEO of the company. How are you going to make this business bigger? Kan? So you kena ada sifat-sifat ciri-ciri pemimpin tu. So if I read here, leadership and behavior competency is what leaders should be and what are the right behaviors. Yeah? So at different level will have a different skill set required ataupun kita panggil competency. Yeah? So that's what it is. So you kena ingat, jadi pemimpin ni dia macam dua benda. You kena mahir bidang you and then you kena ada ciri-ciri pemimpin tu. Yeah? So kalau dalam organisation selalunya dia akan spell out, dia akan perincikan apa dia behavior dia ni yang I cakap dua tadi tu kan. Satu dia kata you must have behave like an owner. Maksudnya walaupun you bekerja dengan dalam company ni, you mesti anggap company ni adalah you punya. Yeah? So you kena build that relationship. You must make sure that whatever you do is the best for the company. Itu kompetensi yang pertama, behave as an owner. So kita pergi pula kepada outperform, ya. Outperform is that you selalu sentiasa untuk memperbaiki performance you, and then you akan deliver the result. You know, so those are the ciri-ciri yang dia akan tengok dekat you. You ni ada tak ciri-ciri ni? Ya. Nombor 3 kita pergi kepada yang I pula atau inspire follower. Adakah you ni pemimpin yang memberi you boleh inspire orang-orang di bawah you? Adakah bila you bercakap orang dengar? Adakah you bila bercakap orang faham? Adakah bila you bercakap itu orang kata, oh, this is the best thing that we need to do for the company. You kena demonstrate that. Because as a leader, you kena orang boleh tengok you, betul lah dia cakap ni, this is what he said is true. So I percaya dekat dia. Sebab apa dia cakap tu betul dan saya boleh ikut apa yang dia cakap. Dan saya akan deliver kerja yang dia cakap yang saya kena buat. So itu adalah ciri-ciri yang penting bagi seorang pemimpin. Kalau pemimpin dia tak ada followers, dia bukan pemimpin. Betul tak? Ya? Dia kalau tak ada pemimpin, the leaders must have followers. You macam mana you nak have followers? You must be able to inspire them. And then yang penting satu lagi lah, seorang pemimpin dia lah mestilah be able to develop dia, maksudnya continue to improve, learn new thing, but also be able to develop other people. Bila you dah makin lama in the company, you dah jadi boss, orang kat bawah you akan tengok dekat you, boss macam mana nak buat ni? Macam mana saya nak jadi pandai macam bos? Ataupun macam mana saya nak belajar ilmu ni? Kan? So, these are the competency that required of you if you want to become a leader in the organization. Ya. So, I panggil OPIT, so sedang. OPIT, O tu apa? O tu ownership. So, bila I kerja nanti, saya kena behave company ni macam company saya. Sebab itu, saya akan buat yang terbaik untuk company ni. Ya. P, perform. Performance saya mesti kena bagus. Saya kena inspire people. Saya sebagai pemimpin, saya kena tunjuk yang saya ada visi, saya ada misi, macam mana saya nak bawa company lagi yang jadi lebih baik, produce more revenue, make more profit, kan? You kena ada visi and misi tu. And last, you kena continue to be able to develop yourself and also develop others. Itu penting. Itu salah satu ciri sifat pemimpin. Saya minum sekejap ya. Saya harap kamu faham kualiti atau ciri-ciri pemimpin. Ini daripada saya punya pengalaman sebagai bekerja di sebuah organisasi yang besar lah. These are the ciri-ciri yang dia akan tengok untuk cakap you ni boleh jadi manager ke tak? You ni boleh jadi CEO ke tak? Whether you boleh demonstrate semua ciri-ciri ini. Ya? So, you tak boleh fikir yang kalaulah you just attend this program, sekali je, you terus boleh jadi CEO. Ya? So, in order for you to become a good leader, pemimpin, nak be good at the communication skill ke apa kan, satu, of course, you kena program ni kan, you belajar hari ni ke sikit, itu contribute 10% saja. Selebihnya, you kena belajar dengan orang yang boleh selalu develop you ataupun mentor you. Dan yang last kali adalah experience. At your level, macam mana you nak dapat experience? I tengok hari ni, I was told yesterday by the committee, ada 21 facilitator kan. Yang jadi facilitator tu, itu orang yang step up. Dia akan ada belajar macam mana dia untuk impact and influence, macam mana dia nak manage grow kan, macam mana dia nak mendengar idea daripada semua orang ataupun membagi tugasan. So bila you ada experience walaupun kecil, tapi you selalu step up, you selalu volunteer, you will have the experience. In the college ke, in the school ke, nanti you masuk kerja ke, those are the things that you will learn by doing. So barulah you dapat have that real wholesome leadership punya skill. Okay? So that's what it takes, yeah. So these are some of the leaders ataupun orang yang ramai followers, and also there must be something about them, kan? Betul tak? There must be something about them. Can you write put in the chat who do you think your leaders that you really admire, that you really would want to follow? Ada tak? Cuba tulis. Your father, alhamdulillah. Okay, good. Elon Musk, yes. Dia mencipta electric car. Marie Kondo, Nelson Mandela, Mufti Meng, yeah. Bill Gates, Microsoft, your mother. Betul. So these are the people, kalau you tengok yang berjaya ni, these are the people who have something extra about them, kan? And I believe one of the extra thing is about communication. Macam mana dia boleh relate with people, macam mana dia boleh, you boleh follow dia, kan? Tak adalah follow Fazuran, Lofa sahaja kan? Malik Q ke kan? Siapa lagi Insta celebrity? But you also will also follow all these leaders you believe, and you believe in them because they have something about them that you want to learn. Okay? So that's good. I mean, at least you kena ada idola you, and siapa yang you rasa you akan you want to be like them or successful. You know, at least apa ciri-ciri dia yang you rasa yang you boleh ikut. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the art of communication, kan? Selalu bila orang kata when people talk, someone must listen, kan? But if both talk, nobody's listen. Yeah, so that's important. Yang kartun nombor 2, I have no idea what he said, but he's so darn cute, kan? You pun tak naklah jadi macam tu. Nampak muka handsome, cantik, lawa, tapi orang tak faham you cakap apa, kan? So you kena ada balance all those things because you must have substance when you say that people when they look at you, I faham dia cakap, and he is really delivering what he needs to say, you know. I letak you yang kat bawah ni, Tony Hayward's ni, he was the the CEO of British Gas. In the, I think in the 2010-2011, masa dia gali minyak dekat Gulf of Mexico, US, banyak oil spill, ada insiden yang menyebabkan kematian 11 orang dekat pelantar minyak, ya. Tapi dia bila adanya tragedi yang melibatkan kematian, oil spill that affect the environment, tapi dia sebagai CEO, bila dia berdepan dengan media, bila dia berdepan dengan the stakeholders, the masyarakat, dia very defensive, ya. Dia macam tak berapa nak mengaku kesalahan dia walaupun terang-terang itu adalah kesalahannya, and dia pun tidak appreciate keperitan ataupun kematian yang disebabkan oleh tragedi itu. So disebabkan masa dia buat press conference tu, dia fail sebagai seorang CEO yang prihatin, yang memahami keadaan, and dia telah dipecat oleh British Gas. Itu salah satu reason, walaupun you tinggi mana pun, kalau communication skill you tak bagus, you akan mengalami masalah juga. I rasa kalau you all baca surat khabar recently, kita pun ada situasi yang sama, betul tak? Yang mana ketua syarikat ketua syarikat yang bila berdepan dengan media nampak tak boleh connect ataupun tidak memahami, sympathize dengan keadaan ataupun tidak berada di tempat kejadian yang secepat mungkin semasa kejadian itu berlaku. So these are the walaupun nampak simple, tapi sebagai seorang pemimpin, sifat-sifat yang empathy, pandai apa yang dapat memahami keadaan dan nampak be able to jawab soalan dengan cara yang betul adalah penting. So kalau all of you who wants to be leader, communication is very important. So these are the overarching principle. I dah cakap dah tadi little bit kan, connection. Bila you nak cakap dengan someone, you kena ada that connection. Biar nampak authentic, biar nampak you're honest, whatever that you want to say. Jangan nampak macam you tak tahu apa yang berlaku ataupun you sebenarnya tak kisah pun benda tu, kan? Whatever that you want to say, you must be able to connect with your audience, kan? And then you must be a role model. Ya, so apa contoh-contoh yang macam you boleh kata I want to connect with the audience, kan? Contohnya kalaulah you bercakap dengan golongan yang lebih tua, you punya style mungkin kena lain sikit, betul? Kan? Kalau you cakap dengan orang yang lebih muda ataupun yang sebaya, cara penyampaian you juga akan lain. Betul tak? Kalau you wakil pelajar, contohnya, wakil pelajar melawat ada katalah kematian di salah seorang student di tempat anda dan pergi melawat the family. Macam mana the way that you carry yourself, kan? Semua itu adalah penting sebab you kena tunjuk you punya simpati bila you melawat orang sakit ataupun bila you bercakap wakil sekolah ke wakil pelajar pun, cara you bercakap tu must create that connection. So that is very important, ya. Nombor 2, clarity. Understand your audience very well. Macam saya cakap tadi, different audience require different strategy. Ya, kalau you contohnya macam sekarang ni, contohnya kalau you nak gain banyak followers dalam Instagram, what kind of message that you do in your Instagram? Kan, siapa yang you nak tackle? Kan? So you kena tahulah kalau you nak increase you punya popularity tu contohnya, kan, and the content must be clear, but it has to be very simple. It's very simple, and you must know how do you want to communicate your messages. Sekarang ni banyak platform, kan, kalau you want to create ramai followers ataupun you want to create the impact, there are so many platform that available unlike before. Sekarang meeting pun dah through virtual. Dulu kalau nak meeting mesyuarat mesti kena physical meeting. Sekarang dah tak perlu. So lagilah important the way that you want to know, you want to make sure that how you impact and influence people. And your message last kali must be very consistent. You tak boleh cakap hari ni macam ni, esok macam tu pula. So dia punya tu nanti orang akan confuse, kan? Apa you nak cakap ni? Semalam you kata tak payah buat, hari ni you kata kena buat, tapi you kena buat benda ni pula. So your followers you ataupun orang yang bekerja, team you semua akan macam confused dengan you. So you must be very clear. So I just would like to repeat, when you want to communicate impactfully dengan penuh efektif, you kena ingat 3 prinsipal ni. Ya. 3C. 1, you must create that connection. You must be very transparent. People nampak you honest. Ya, you tak boleh nampak your body language, your tone must be right. Clarity. tahu what level of audience that you are tackling with, and then you pun kena faham apa isu yang you cakap, and then last kali you must be consistent. Tak boleh macam SOP lah sekarang kan, ada MCO. Kejap hari ni kata SOP macam ni, diperketatkan macam ni pula kan. So must be very clear so that semua kita faham apa yang kita nak kena follow SOP, as an example. So that is in a way is very important principle of how do you want to communicate as a leader. Okay ke?
Okay.
Kita akan that's good. Kita akan last Q&A nanti dekat session tu nanti ya. Okay. So these are the 3C. I hope you can always remember. Be clear about your message. You must always connect with the people, and you sendiri pun must be role model. Must be role model. Janganlah you kalau you kata you head boy, contohnya kalau adalah head boy kat dalam ni kan, you kata don't smoke because smoke is bad for your health kan. Tapi bila you dah tak buat role after school hours, you sendiri pun isap rokok and orang nampak. So you dah tak ada credibility kan. So that's why as a leader, so you must commit, and you must show your commitment, you must be a role model. Itu yang penting. Dalam organisation pun sama. Kalau you kata rasuah itu tidak baik, so you must believe in that principle. So when you communicate to the staff, to the people, you must say that rasuah is not good. Bribery is not tolerated in this organisation. Tapi you yourself must be always whiter than white, orang katakan. You must exemplary. You must not practice the bribery yourself. So those are the kind of thing. Bila orang tengok you, you live the values and you walk the talk. So that is very important. Okay. So negotiation ni dia macam part of the communication kan. Negotiation sometimes dia involve parties, dua pihak. Betul tak? Sometimes ada pihak yang ingin untuk dia akan apply for something, ataupun dia nak berunding, dia nak discuss pasal what is best solution. Nanti kalau you kerja dalam organisation ataupun in any part your life, you will always face a situation where this is something that we need to discuss together and agree on something. So macam hari ni jugalah, hari Saturday kan, you kata hari ni aku nak, I would rather watch Netflix or I would rather spend whole day today untuk leadership program kan. You pun negotiate dengan yourself, betul tak? Betul kata okay lah, because of for my future I think the program today is much is worth it. So that's why you kata I compromise today, mungkin I tak tengoklah Netflix, tomorrow I pulun satu hari. So you compromise kan. So those are the thing that when you negotiate. And then satu lagi, kalau you tengok kartun ni pun kan, sometimes bila you negotiate, your tone of voice tu important. Betul tak? Ataupun between girlfriend and boyfriend, tengok dalam gambar tu kan, I'm right, me too. So perempuan pun cakap dia betul, lelaki pun cakap betul. So at the end of the day, siapa yang betul? Kita pun tak tahu. Betul tak? So the tone is how you say is very important. And then if both sides were not willing to compromise, you will make a deadlock. So you want to avoid that. So that's why kita saling faham, memahami antara satu sama lain. And kalau boleh kita go for the win-win punya solution between two parties. Okay, let's little bit of detail. What I'm going to tell you, share with you, this is not something that you will need to use all technique, but this is just that something in a certain situation, if you want to impact and influence people, you can use one of this technique or you can combine a few of them. So there are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So about 10 technique that you can think of, that you can adopt and apply when you want to go for negotiation. Negotiation ni tak semestilah formal one-to-one. But bila you dengan mak nanti kan nak minta duit lebih ni, nak guna teknik apa, apa agak-agaknya kan. Mungkin kita logical persuading, ataupun bila dengan cikgu, ataupun bila dua team kan, you meet, katalah nak decide in term of what time is the program ke apa kan. So how do you want to negotiate and agree, or even the price kan, contohnya. Yeah, so these are the 10 technique that you can use. Let's just go one by one. Legitimizing, kalau perkataan daripada legitimate ni, dia selalunya berkaitan dengan something yang berkaitan dengan undang-undang ataupun polisi, ataupun authority. Using authority or credential to explain and influence, kan? Contohnya, show what you are consistent with policy traces. Katalah macam you sebagai sekarang ni, macam contohnya katalah dekat sekolah ke ataupun dekat college ke kan, kalau you nak you sebagai ketua pelajar ataupun ketua bilik, ketua dorm ke katakan kan, contohnya kan. So kalau you nak impact influence, kata bro, kata ikutkan kita punya polisi ke peraturan dekat universiti ni, kat sekolah ni, kita kena ada dekat bilik daripada sekian-sekian hours. Itu memang dah tak boleh nak challenge lah, because that's how it is. Contohnya bila you nak keluar ramai-ramai kan, kalau kawan seorang tu tak nak pakai mask ke apa kan, so kita sebagai, kalau kita yang orang yang kita rasa macam dia boleh dengar, kata Amin, susah nanti kalau you tak pakai, sebab memang sekarang ni law dia memang kena pakai mask. Kalau tak pakai mask nanti kan kena denda 10,000 kan. So those are the kind of thing that you guna. Maksudnya you guna legitimizing, maksudnya you try to influence people, you try to talk someone to really follow you with using the what is the legitimate way for them to understand. Yeah, so those are the kind of thing. Logical persuading ini, contoh yang kedua ialah using logic or evidence, kan? Banyak contohnya kalau kita ikut COVID lah, for example kan, government dia akan guna numbers contohnya, ya. Dia kata tahap 1 ke tahap 2 ke kan. So dia kata bila dah reach certain number, kita akan below 4,000 COVID case, dan kita akan pergi ke the next one dan kita boleh longgarkan sikit. So dia akan guna logik. Yalah, kita pun faham kalau kurang case nanti kan senang sikit. Ataupun dia akan kata bila dah vaksin dah mencapai 80%, kata 70%, dan kita baru boleh longgarkan sikit kita punya lockdown. So those are the kind of thing that government or authority would use against us. Kalau dengan parents, macam mana? Apa logical persuading that you akan guna? Ada tak contoh apa yang you guna kalau macam parents? Kan? Ada tak? Kalau parents suruh you buang sampah, kalau you tak nak buat, you cakap apa? Kalau parents kata you jangan main telefon, apa you cakap? You punya logical persuading you. Ada?
Ada kelas kena guna phone.
Lepas tu mak tak boleh nak check. Ataupun you cakap macam ni lah. Okey, kata mak, Amin buang sampah hari-hari, tapi mak bagi Amin main phone sampai pukul 10 malam. Contohnya kan. So those you try to logically persuade, you give and take lah contohnya kan. Okay. Appealing to friendship ni, this is very important for you. Macam you kawan-kawan you sekarang, you ada kawan-kawan dekat satu sekolah, ya. Lepas tu nanti you masuk satu universiti, ataupun you masuk satu satu persatuan ke kan. Satu nanti bila you dah kerja esok, tiba-tiba you have to deal with your friend yang from a different organisation, ataupun dia kerja kerajaan. Kan, you cuba nak dapatkan maklumat ataupun you nak apply untuk certain application ke kan. Kalau you ada kawan, kerja you akan senang sikit. Betul tak? Bukanlah you suruh dia skip the proses ke apa, tak. Maksudnya bila you nak ada soalan, you nak tanya, lagi senang. Kan? So kalau you dalam situasi where you have to in negotiation and then you ada dua parti and you tengok dia ada side tu, kalau ada kawan di satu sekolah walaupun you tak baik dengan dia, you pergi tepi dia, you sembang-sembang, you sekolah dulu, you sekolah kat sini kan, sama-sama. So bila you dah kenal tu, connect tu, dia akan senang untuk you urusan you nanti. So that's why I'm saying that all of you gambar-gambar dengan kawan-kawan lama sekarang ni, kawan-kawan you ada Facebook kan, you ada Instagram. So these are the people that you always have to be connected with, because in the future you never know. These people could be a big boss. These people could be in a certain position, or these people could have a restaurant dan you boleh makan, you pergi sana dapat diskaun lebih sikit, contohnya lah kan. So those kind of thing you have to like macam, these are some of the actually walaupun look simple is a good tactic that you have, especially bila you in the situation where you have to negotiate and he is from a different company, but dia ni from satu sekolah dengan aku, mungkin aku lebih banyak boleh senang aku nak bercerita dengan dia, faham ataupun untuk bagi tahu dia apa yang kita nak. Dan socializing ni lebih kurang sama juga, tapi like macam sometimes these people you don't know them, you maybe not from the same school ke apa, tapi you kena ada that skill, have that conversation. Kalau dengan orang yang tua sikit, kalau you tahu pasal golf, you cakap pasal golf ke, kalau you tahu dia suka main golf. Ataupun kalau yang pandai masak ni, kalau yang jenis you jumpa kumpulan yang pandai masak ni, you pun try pun talk about food, ataupun orang yang suka bersukan. So you try to socialize a bit so that you akan macam kurangkan kerenggangan tu. Ya, so bila you in the situation, bila you masuk bilik, contohnya kalau pergi interview dengan Petronas kan, you nampak dua bos ke, dua interview ke, muka ketat kan, macam kalau you tengok tiba-tiba nampak dia pakai jam ke, pen ke, apa yang you boleh buat komen, oh saya suka guna pen ni. Yang cik pakai tu, ayah saya pun pakai, dia kata pen tu bagus. You start having that conversation, yeah, so that you be able to loosen up the stiffness of the situation. So that will work, you know. So that will create that macam you tak adalah macam begitu macam so serious and it's about work. Bila you dapat break down the barrier, the situation, the conversation will become more easier. So these are the technique. You jangan kata tiba, tapi saya tahu there are situation where the introvert ataupun the extrovert. It's easier for the extrovert. For the introvert, you probably need to exercise more ataupun you kena be ready for it. You tahu dah you akan berjumpa dengan orang-orang ataupun you be in the room where there are not many to know. You probably pick 1 or 2 person, you try to socialize with them. You have to make the effort lah. So that will create your persona as a person and people will see you, oh baguslah Azmin ni, asyik guna Azmin. Tadi Amin, Azmin ni guna yang lain pula. Jeffrey, si Aiman ni baguslah dia, saya nampak dia punya social skill dia bagus. Macam tu. Kan? So those are also ciri-ciri seorang pemimpin. Cuba you tengok pemimpin-pemimpin politician kan? Dia kenal ke bila dia pergi kat kawasan, kat kampung apa semua tu? Tak kenal orang kan, tapi macam mana dia boleh strike that conversation, sebab dia have that they need to break that distance. So if you have that skill to socialize, create that small talk, build that rapport, give some information about yourself. Oh, saya ada kakak saya ni sebenarnya anak 3 orang, abang saya kat sini ke semua. You create that small talk and then suddenly people will warm up to you and it's easier for you to penetrate them in a way. So this socializing skill is also important in your communication. Yeah. Next one. Consulting. These are all the facilitator punya role lah. Kan? Maksudnya sometimes you have a few people in the room kan, and there are certain thing that you need to, macam katalah you ada 5 orang and you ada tugas ni kena siapkan dalam setengah jam. So you akan bercakap, okay, macam mana kita nak capai kerja 5 orang ni that everybody can play their role and everybody can contribute. So those are tugas facilitator. Kan? Asking the right questions, help in the broad term, macam mana nak organize the team, macam mana nak help out but really don't give answer. So these are the role of macam consultant lah. Consultant selalunya dia tak ada jawapan, tapi dia akan tap your brain Dia akan tanya the right question and then dia akan arrange coordinate so that everybody be able to come up with the one solution. So if you want to be really good at this, that's why I think you can always volunteer, raise your hand. Okay, I would like to contribute. I would like to be involved as a facilitator. I also would like to be team leader in this group. So those are the kind of thing that you need to always game up for. Ya, kalau tidak you tak exercise your skill. You tak tahu kebolehan apa yang you ada. Ya, yang the next one is stating. This one you kena confident. Kalau you rasa benda ni you tak boleh nak berganjak, kan? Tapi you kena nampak polite, but you kata kalau dalam you pergi meeting dekat overseas, ni selalu jadi kat saya, and semua Mak Saleh, and kita ada time yang kita nak kena sembahyang, contohnya lah. So kita akan cakap, I'm sorry panel, I really have to leave by 2, but I will come back by 2:30 because I need to perform my prayer. You cakap very tegas tapi nampak dengan baik hati. Sekejap minum So kalau facilitator dengar ke, kalau peers dengar pun, dia pun macam, oh, this guy is serious, this is something that he needs to do. Yeah. So there are certain way that you have to be confident, and bila you nampak assertive, orang pun tak berani nak kata no to you. Ya. Kalau kata sebenarnya saya nak semayang ni, tapi tak tahulah ni habis ku berapa. Kalau macam tu orang pun tak akan ambil. Dia kata dia ni macam nak semayang ke tak ni kan. Contohnya lah kalau dalam meeting. Kalau you cakap macam, I don't know, actually I have to pray now lah, but it's far away from me, I don't know. So you bila you cakap tak confident, you pun cakap macam tu kan. So it's difficult. So kalau you nak influence people, sorry guys, this is 2:15. I have to go now because I have to perform my prayer, but I will be back in 2:15. I see you guys later ya. You cakap macam tu kan. Orang tak kata, tak. Because you dengar tu, you dah very confident dah. Betul tak? So, the way that you project yourself, you sound very assertive. You badannya pun kena tegak. You tak boleh macam cicit ni. You cakap, you project your voice. Yeah. But you not in the threatening way. Don't say something stupid ke, oh you don't do this to me, you don't allow me, you go to hell. Macam tu. So, orang dengar pun macam, apa ni kan? You just as a matter of fact. So sometimes you need to be assertive. Sebagai boss pun, nanti when you go into the company, bila you manage performance, staff yang tak buat kerja, you kena tegas. Aiman Daniel, ni sudah 3 hari you tak datang kerja, you datang sepatut masuk pukul 8, you masuk pukul 9. Ini adalah satu kesalahan ya, Amin Daniel, saya akan ambil tindakan. Kalau lah bos you cakap macam tu hari-hari, you pun tak berani nak datang pukul 9. Betul tak? So those are the kind of thing. Bila you jadi boss, you jadi leader, you kena ada situation where you have to be tegas. Ya. Okay, I have to move. I takut I tak cukup masa untuk Q&A. Appealing to values. This is also important. Kalaulah saya nak bagi tips lah for you kan, kalau you all nanti nak pergi interview untuk scholarship ke, untuk interview untuk kerja in the future, find out the company that you're going for. Tengok apa dia punya values of the organisation, apa culture dia as organisation. Contohnya kan, kalau macam saya, dari pengalaman saya, Petronas ada 5 values very important to us. Klik dia panggil, cohesiveness, loyalty, kan, integrity, professionalism, kan. So those are very important. So kalau you masa interview tu you faham apa values dia, apa sebagai organisasi yang akan pergi, tak kira lah Shell ke, Microsoft ke, ataupun Tenaga Nasional ke, Telekom ke, you do more research and then you tengok apa value yang dia orang subscribe, kan. So kalau dalam interview tu kata, sebab apa you nak kerja dengan company kami? Oh, I believe in your values. I believe that integrity is one of the key criteria for us to be a good employee. Contohnya lah kan. So maksudnya you not only because you want to kerja ni because you nak gaji kan, which is normal, tapi you rasa company ni macam bila you dengar Tesla kan, Tesla, apa kind of culture to be working in Tesla? Mesti innovation, betul tak? Creativity, right? Efficiency. These are the organization that believe in that. So those are the values that appeal to you, kan? So you kena macam mana you nak have that value as well, and how do you impact and influence for the people to say that we believe in the same thing. We believe in the same thing. We believe in the same thing. I really like your values. Contohnya kan. So kalau there are people that who thinks that dia tak only cakap, tapi apa dia cakap tu dia buat, integrity dia very high. Betul tak? Dia bukan two face. So these are the kind of thing that you rasa macam, I rasa I dengan you ni macam sama. We believe in the same thing. So in the negotiation you can use that. Kalau lah integrity, the value, honesty is something important, you just cakap, I think we both sides we believe in being honest. I think whatever that we do, we must be honest to each other. Kan? So kalau you cakap conversation based on values and other people cakap, oh, I tak pernah lagi orang discuss benda-benda macam ni dengan I, and I sangat-sangat appreciate that. Contohnya. So you kena go beyond just the on the surface lah, yeah. So those are the kind of things. Do some research in the future if you want to apply for scholarship, if you want to communicate to impress them, talk from the appeal to their values of that company, contohnya. And you try to talk around that as well. Yeah, saya suka company ni because dia believe in innovation. And saya tahu company ni berjaya sebab banyak ada hasil-hasil innovation yang telah terhasil dari pasaran. Contohnya kan kalau you kerja dengan Apple ke Microsoft ke contohnya lah, kalau you ada dream to big with all those big company, yeah. Modeling, this is like macam you this is lebih kepada yang earlier juga, cuma dia kata kita ni kena macam jadi role model. Maksudnya bila you jadi a leader, you kena coach orang, you kena mentor orang, kan? And then you kena make sure that you bagi constructive feedback. You jangan bagi negatif saja. Aiman Daniel, saya tahu you dah 3 hari tak datang kerja, contohnya kan, sebab nampak nama Aiman Daniel je kat depan ni. Lepas tu dia kata, tapi macam mana? Apakah masalah anda? Kan? Macam mana saya boleh bantu? Apa yang kita perlu buat? Katalah you tak boleh tidur ke, apa masalah you pula, kan, contohnya. So tapi you kena bagi, you tak boleh marah tau. Tak boleh marah, you kena cakap dengan betul, tapi you kena also tolong sebab you want to make sure that person is successful. So a lot of relationship akan terjadi because you tahu you as a leader ni very sincere, you want to help me, and you also take the extra initiative to understand me. So that's what is important. Kan? So modeling tu maksudnya you jadi role model lah. And then you play the role of a coach. You bukan marah saja, but you really want to know what's your problem, but how can I help you? And I would like to give you feedback. And I want to make sure that we are very open to discuss about this matter. Yeah. So that is the modeling. And then the next one is exchanging. This is something yang I cakap win-win tadilah. Kalau lah macam benda tu deadlock, kan? Okay, saya mahu benda ni mesti sampai ke rumah saya pukul 3 petang. Saya tak kira sebab dalam perjanjian agreement kita kata pukul 3 petang. Tapi belah sana pula dia tahu memang dia tak boleh nak deliver 1000 katalah tudung Neolofa pukul 3 petang kat company tu kan, contohnya. So tapi apa yang kita boleh compromise, kan, win-win contohnya kan. Okey, kata okeylah saya boleh deliver 500 sahaja, tapi saya akan discountkan 20%. Okey lah. So macam, okay, you tak boleh deliver 1000, tapi you boleh 500 saja, tapi you bagi diskaun 10%. 20% banyak sangat, tak untung pula dia kan. So dia kata bagi unsur 10%. So kata okay, at the end of the day, dua pihak okay, sebab dah ada give and take. Contohnya kan. So in your day to day, bila you negotiation even dengan your parents ke, ataupun dengan your kawan, dengan cikgu kan, ataupun bila you dah bekerja nanti, you tengok apa yang kita boleh create, exchanging yang boleh win-win. This is also kita nak compromise kan, yang mana yang kita boleh diterima dua-dua pihak tapi tidak beri kesan begitu buruk lah terhadap keputusan ke contohnya. So you need to agree in terms of what will be things that we can compromise. Alliance building ni contohnya is that you menggunakan kepakaran ataupun you menggunakan orang tu dia memang terkenal dengan bidang tu. Contohnya lah, kata yang siapa nak jadi chef tadi kan, siapa nak jadi chef tadi yang nak buka restoran ke apa kan. So bila dia dah jadi chef restoran, lepas tu dia nak buka restoran. So dia kata macam mana I nak make sure I dapat orang percaya dengan produk I ke, ataupun percaya dengan I punya masakan I ni semua kan. Lepas tu you bergabunglah dengan chef Fazli ke, chef Wan ke kan, you bayarlah sikit ataupun you hantar makan free, suruh dia buat review. So kata oh, kalau lah chef Wan pun kata benda ni sedap kan, mungkin memang betul lah kedai dia ni sedap makanan dia ni. So you will have more people who believe in you. Betul tak? So those are the strategy. Contohnya even dalam business ke, dalam company ke, bila you nak make sure that you are doing the right thing ataupun you be able to deliver something good, you ambil kepakaran orang, suruh orang tu duduk dalam board you ke, ataupun you jemput orang tu untuk dalam meeting, kan? So that people would believe you because somebody else help you. That there are more that who understand more about you, kan? So ataupun you hire dia orang sebagai jadi pakar nasihat, so that you will be able to deliver something better. So these are the technique that you can use in your communication and also in your negotiation, kan? Saya tak adalah mengharap adik-adik semua yang tingkatan 4, tingkatan 5 ni will be able to use all, because dia mungkin pengalaman sekarang tak cukup lagi, ataupun exposure kan, opportunity untuk exercise benda-benda macam ni tak banyak. Tapi there are certain qualities tadi that I rasa macam you boleh exercise, you boleh step up, minta opportunity, macam jadi facilitator, jadi ketua darjah, jadi ketua pengawas, ataupun ketua persatuan kan. Macam mana you nak bekerja ramai-ramai, bila ada konflik macam mana you nak manage. Bila ada konflik tu mungkin you boleh guna exchanging, contohnya between two parties kan, budak A budak B kan, ada konflik, apa sebenarnya tak happy sangat ni, you kerja banyak, kau bagi dia kerja banyak, aku kerja sikit kan. So macam mana you sebagai leader ke, team leader ke, ketua ke, macam mana you nak resolve that. So you can adopt any of this teknik yang I share dengan all of you ni, ya. So those are the simple 10 techniques. I tak nak too technical sangat. I just want you to give exposure, but you can always do research, you can always Google to understand more. So I want you to put in the chat sekarang, after listening to all of that, how do you rate your communication skill at the moment from 1 to 10? Boleh tak letak dekat dalam chat, nak tengok. How do you rate? Okay. Okay, that's good. I mean, some of you, I can see. What my advice to you is that as you grow higher in the organization, as you go higher into a different phase of life, from sekolah to college to tempat kerja, cabaran dia akan berbeza, ya. Cabaran dia akan berbeza, dia become more rumit, complicated. Tapi apa yang saya share tadi, these are very simple technique that you can adopt. You remember, oh, hari itu Cik L ada share about the communication technique that I can employ. Because especially kalau you ada kelebihan socializing, for example, kan, it will break down a lot of barrier. Kalau you be able to play your role, bila you need to be serious, you are serious, and people will take you seriously, kan? Well, bila you boleh connect people through values, so masa discussion, masa you pergi dinner, bos you suruh pergi, ataupun pergi jumpa pejabat-pejabat besar kerajaan, menggerunkan, ya, pergi jumpa big boss dekat pejabat kerajaan, kan. If you have that skill, it will break down a lot of barrier. It will help you in your job. So that is very important, yeah. So those who rate, you know, not all are perfect, because macam I cakap tadi, 10, 20, 70. 70% you punya skill ni you akan belajar melalui pengalaman. Daripada dengar bercakap, baca, you will not learn as much. You faham tapi you tak pernah exercise, kan? So you don't have to answer me. So just take 20 saja. The next question I'm asking you is that what do you think that you need to do more? Fikir sekarang. Okay, what do you think you need to do more? Kalau lah kata you sekarang 5.6, you nak capai 8.9. What do you think you need to do more? Yeah. What are difficulties that you think for you to achieve that target? Apa masalah dia? Faham? Identify apa sebenarnya? Tak ada masa ke, ataupun saya ni senyap, orangnya senyap lah, tapi saya ni jenis tak sukalah nak lead orang, kan? So be clear apa you rasa difficulties you. At least when you clear, you know what you can do, what you cannot do. Yeah. And then kalau you dah tahu, apa the first 3 things that you think you can commit to me now? Kan? Dan siapa daripada cikgu ke, orang-orang sekeliling you ke, ataupun somebody that you can reach out to who can help you on this? I'm sure ada, eh? And then when can you start? You should be start now or tomorrow. Yeah? Think about this, because that is the only way that you can improve yourself. You know who you are, where you are at. You nak nombor 9, you sekarang nombor 6. Macam mana you nak achieve daripada 6 ke 9? Apa you need to do? You have to be clear on that. Yeah? That's important. Satu lagi very important that I think all of you should know. A leader is always a performer. Pemimpin selalunya memang orang yang boleh berbuat kerja. Maksudnya, dia mungkin start daripada engineer, technical engineer, mechanical engineer. Dia walaupun dia pemimpin, tapi dia tahu buat kerja dia sebagai engineer, ataupun sebagai tukang masak, sebagai accountant. Walaupun dia dah jadi CFO, tapi dia bekerja daripada bawah, dia jadi pemimpin sebab dia memang bagus dengan apa yang dia buat sebagai kerja dia sebagai seorang accountant, engineer, cikgu, kan? Apa-apa kerja sekalipun. Tapi orang yang pandai buat kerja tak semestinya boleh menjadi seorang pemimpin. Itu dia punya kelebihan. Sebab itu bila you dapat naik jadi manager, gaji you lagi besar sebab you punya responsibility lagi besar. Ya. So my advice to you is that you want to be a successful leader, you want to be a successful CEO one day, you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you want to be a successful engineer and successful accountant ke, doctor ke, lawyer ke, economist ke, apa-apalah, IT ke, you have to learn leadership skill. Yeah, begin with the leader in you. Yeah, ambil opportunities kalau ada, take the opportunities. Put yourself at risk. Tak apalah kena gelak, masa kena gelak tak tempat tak terima, nak compare kena gelak bila dah umur 40, baik kena gelak sekarang. Tak apa, you know, that's how you learn. Yeah, Follow your passion, what you're passionate about, because that's where will you make your life more interesting. Behave like an honor. Try to learn to socialize, to appreciate values macam saya cakap lah itu. Take accountability of your own success, of your own journey in your life. So if you don't help yourself, who else? If you don't start now, when? Yeah. My one question before I go for Q&A, I say, remain humble. Remain humble. Ya, walaupun dia macam resmi padi lah, dia makin berisi, dia makin tunduk. That insyaAllah, you will be you humble, you have all the skill. Sebenarnya kebanyakan pemimpin dia tak semestinya yang paling pandai dalam organisation tu. Dia adalah orang yang pandai, communication skill dia bagus, dia boleh memimpin. Ya, sebab bila dia jadi pemimpin yang kena buat kerja orang lain dah, bukan dia dah. Betul tak? So that's what it is. So that's my session today about the communication and negotiation. So we can open for the Q&A.
All right, thank you, Mr. L. So anyone can, if you want to ask a question, can raise up your hand or you can ask in the chat box. Right. While waiting for you guys to write it out, just want to share. Just want to say thank you, Mr. L, for that extensive yet very clear explanation of leadership competencies and negotiate the art of negotiation and communication. Right, Arisa, you may go.
Hi sir, thank you very much for the great talk. Saya nak tanya opinion sir, sebabkan kalau kita jadi leader, kita akan sentiasa stand out dekat public. But sometimes kita jadi outspoken, kita jadi extrovert and selalu sangat suarakan pandangan dekat public. Benda ni sebab jadikan orang macam tak suka dekat kita. Kan ada setengah mentaliti macam tu. Jadi bila orang lain tengok keadaan kita, diorang akan rasa self-esteem diorang rendah sebab pemikiran diorang, aku tak nak jadi macam dia. Aku tak nak kena kecam macam dia. Jadi apa pendapat saya terhadap situasi ni?
That's why I think bila you cakap orang yang ke depan tu, ataupun orang yang bercakap banyak, tapi still orang tak follow dia ataupun tak suka dia, dalam definisi sebenar yang kita discuss tu, dia sebenarnya bukan seorang pemimpin yang berkaliber. Betul tak? So kita nak jadi seorang pemimpin yang berkaliber. So macam cakap tadi, tengok siapa role model you. You jangan ambil role model orang yang cakap banyak, lepas tu jadi pemimpin tapi orang tak suka. Tapi bila orang tak suka, must be something about him that he does not do right. Betul tak? So kita nak jadi pemimpin yang mempunyai kualiti ciri-ciri yang betul. That's why I cakap tadi, bila you nak jadi pemimpin, bila you present yourself, you must have that quality yang tiga tu, I cakap tu kan, yang 3C tu kan. You must look very, bila you cakap benda yang betul. Bila you cakap benda yang you boleh connect dengan orang. Bila you cakap, orang faham apa maksud you. Bila pun benda tu macam benda yang susah nak diterima, nak telan, bila you cakap, orang faham sebab apa you kena buat benda tu. Kan? So those are the kind of leaders that you want to follow, because a good leader, people will die for you. People will go to the war for you. Kan? But if you're not a good leader, you akan jadi benda macam tu lah. Orang akan maki you, orang will not be happy with you, orang akan boo you, but you don't want to be that kind of leader, and he's probably the wrong person to be the leader. So what I'm saying is that there are spectrum of leaders. What we want to be, we want to be a good leader that inspire people. Ingat tak yang cakap Opit tadi tu kan? Dia kena mana inspires others. So those are the way. Macam your parents lah, walaupun dia marah you, pukul you, but you still dengarkan dia, you still sayang dia, because you tahu dia really care for you. Okay, Arisha.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, welcome. Next one, Alia, is it?
Okay, hi, sir. So my name is Alia. So I would like to ask one question. So how could we handle a leader if, let's say, like macam he think that he had a very good communications in leadership and so on, but actually he doesn't. How we want to handle that situation?
Yeah. Kalau dalam organisation, selalunya dia ada, kalau if you heard, have you heard about 360 feedback? Pernah dengar ke, Alia? 360 feedback kan? Tak pernah?
No,
Okay.
tak pernah.
Selalunya dalam big organisation, dia banyak feedback channel. Maksudnya yang I boleh bagi feedback pasal dia, dia tak tahu pun I yang bagi feedback. Sebab kita nak protect the staff. I was in HR, so we developed that kind of system. Maksudnya, leaders punya performance would also ditentukan oleh feedback daripada staff dia. So dia panggil 360 feedback. So the boss tu dia akan kena ambil feedback daripada boss dia, dia punya peers dengan subordinate dia. So those are the apa orang kata, the avenue, platform yang staff boleh bagi feedback pasal dia punya dia punya communication, he doesn't speak very well, he doesn't make his message very clear, he doesn't walk the talk. So we have the opportunity for the staff tu lah, kan? But most of us, then we will be able to give feedback through, ada kalau macam dekat college mungkin ada, I don't know, mungkin ada admin yang hal ehwal pelajar contohnya kan, dekat sekolah you mungkin ada dekat cikgu yang boleh bagi you punya feedback. So those are the kind of thing. Kalau you rasa orang leader tu, pemimpin tu, team leader ke, yang boleh terima feedback, then you boleh bagi. Betul tak? Kalau welcome your feedback. Kalau you rasa this is not a safe environment for you to give feedback, then you kena reach out to people that who will be able to give feedback to that person. Yeah. So kalau you tengok sekarang kan, kalau you shopping dengan Shopee ke Lazada, dia dah very instantaneous feedback kan. Sebab tu kalau Grab ke, they behave themselves because they know they will get the immediate feedback about them. Betul tak? So dalam leadership dekat organisation, they also do that now. Yeah. So bos pun tak boleh nak jadi macam style dulu-dulu, samsing, garang tak tentu arah, because they know they are being assessed. Yeah. So that's how it is. Yeah.
Right, one final question from Alia.
Alright.
Alia, okay, Alia.
Okay, I want to ask about leader akan buat something decision for the betterment lah. Tapi at the same time kita ada situation yang kita kena jaga juga hati our followers supaya mereka tak macam kalau dia orang macam terasa ke apa, nanti kita akan hilang followers kan. So macam mana, apa pendapat saya kalau kita nak buat something for the betterment, tapi at the same time kita kena juga jaga hati dia orang. So macam mana?
Maksudnya kan kalau yang difficult situation ni, the more you hide, and orang akan tahu selepas terjadi, dia akan lagi marah, betul tak? Kan, selalunya. Sebab you tak bagi tahu dia. Pasal you tak bagi tahu I awal-awal benda ni. Contohnya kan. Pasal you buat benda ni kat I. Kan? Tapi kalaulah kita go back to my principle tadi, if you know this is something that will be hurtful, how do you make it very transparent and people understand that this is something very honest and genuine from you, that we have to do this, and then they will see that this is something that they understand why that you have to take this decision. They might not be happy, but they will appreciate your honesty. So sometimes I rasakan even kalau you tengok banyak benda, kalau even dalam politik ke, kalau kita baca kan, the transparent, the leader yang honest, when the tough time comes, people will appreciate more daripada leaders yang tak honest ataupun tak ada empathy kan. So I think those are very important, Alia, the ciri-ciri lah. Kalau you tahu benda tu akan hurt, you can on your part kan, sometimes you panggil them, you call them aside kata bos kita ni dia kena buat benda macam ni lah, so you all kena be ready, kan. So this is how it will impact all of you. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm also in the situation that will be affected. Ataupun cakap macam tu. I'm sorry. I mean, this is the situation that I need to explain to you so that you know in advance, kan? So you kena play that very authentic, very sincere role, and people will appreciate that. So I rasa you kena amalkan macam tu lah, sikap-sikap murni tu, because they want to see you a real person, kan? Itulah.
Alright, thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I hope you learned at least something from me today, and all the best in your future. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Bye.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Bye.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.